Welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Vesperia. I've done a little bit of... Get away from me. A little bit of... Anyways, I've done a little bit of leveling just to get characters up a little bit, including some backtracking in Halure.
I hope we'll finally be able to meet Flynn when we get to Nora Harbor.
I get the feeling we'll miss him again.
He could be passing by the foot of the hill right now, headed back to the capital.
But Flynn left us a letter. I'm sure he's waiting for us.
We'll see.
Why do we have to take such a convoluted path through this place anyway?
It's your fault.
How was I supposed to help that? Quit blaming other people and let's get moving. Otherwise, we'll end up missing him for sure.
Right. Let's hurry to Nora Harbor.
Red, so very red. This year is especially bad. What's the matter, Mayor? Oh, you're back. What about something being red? Oh, it's just that this year's flowers are an especially deep shade of red, so I was thinking that the curse of the caged Emperor's bride must be particularly strong this year. But I'm just joking, of course. What's this caged Emperor's bride supposed to be? About 300 years ago, the Emperor of the time, Brimstone IV, planted a tree on the perimeter of Halure's barrier. He lived all of his later years shut up inside his castle, so people took to calling him the Caged Emperor. It's always educational to have you around, Estelle. But what does the Caged Emperor bride have to do with this tree? Legend has it that the Caged Emperor murdered his fiancée and buried her corpse beneath the roots of this tree. The tree gets its red color from the murdered bride's blood. It's really nothing more than a legend. Of course, there's no way a tree could keep up sucking someone's blood for centuries anyway. Yes, but I'm worried that this macabre tale will spread and drive potential visitors away. Don't you think it's a bad idea telling it to travelers like us? Oops, okay, forget all about the story I just told you, could you? How are we supposed to forget something like that? If you don't forget it, the Caged Emperor's bride will hold a grudge against you. Cut it out! There you go again, you're just enforcing the legend. Oops, there's no way that story is true.
Do you know how Halure's tree got its name?
Huh? There's a reason for that?
Yes. It comes from the 3 types of plants growing on the tree. Those plants are the Harmonia, the Liluria, and the Renin. The beginnings of their names make Halure.
Wow, you learn something new every day.
Carol, you hadn't heard that before?
Plants aren't really my specialty.
Hey, there's a treasure chest up here. We're going to come to a pretty big boss soon, and this boss we're about to get to is actually one of the more difficult bosses in the game. He's a little lopsided in its power, I believe, would be a good way to put it. Is he right here? I think so. What's that? Yeah! That's one of the monsters that had attacked Halure Village. A survivor, huh? If we leave it here, it'll surely go back to Shirley? Rita says Shirley? Anyways, it'll go back to attack Halure again. But Halure has the barrier protecting it now. Even so, how are people of Halure supposed to sleep at night with beasts like this crawling around just outside the barrier? We could leave him be. Anyways, this is the Gattuso, and he is really strong. So I'm probably going to fail a couple of times, and I will see you guys.
They were never heard from again. Well, that was easy.
Now Halure is safe as well.
I don't know. I feel power running all through my body.
What the heck? It hardly put up a fight. Yeah, I ended up switching to easy mode. I believe he still says that, even when you're on normal. But, yeah, this guy puts up a fight. There could be a dozen more just around the corner. No worries, seriously. Well, let's just hope there aren't too many more where that came from. Alright. I'm gonna put it back on normal. The guy's just crazy difficult. So, you know what, I'm gonna go back and save. Because I don't want to do that again. Maybe one of these days I'll beat him on normal, but at my current level, I don't know if I can. Alright, so I've saved, and now I'm heading on out. Yeah, Gattuso is probably one of the worst bosses in this game. It's kind of crazy. Shouldn't really be quite as bad as it is. Alright, heading on up.
It's beautiful. This is... Look, Yuri. It's the ocean.
I can see that. The wind feels great.
I've seen pictures in books before, but I've never seen it up close like this.
Well, people don't usually travel outside the barriers. If we keep going, we can see all sorts of things, like the jungle or the city of waterfalls.
There are so many more things we could learn, if only our journey would continue.
I guess it's true. I really was living in a small world.
That's a rare moment of sincerity coming from you.
It's your first time seeing it too, right?
Well, yes, but...
Aw, you must have had such a lonely life, tied to your research like that.
Having you pity me makes me want to jump off this cliff.
This water has traversed the world's oceans and has seen all there is to see. The ocean binds the lands of our world together.
Here she goes again. It's really just one big puddle, you know.
Whatever. You were pretty moved back there too. Huh?
So this is the world as he sees it.
Yuri?
Flynn must have stood on this spot earlier and looked out at this same scene.
That's true. His duties do take him to many different places.
Always telling me to catch up with him. Easy for him to say.
Nor Harbor is just around the corner from Emmett Hill. We'll catch up to him in no time.
That's not what I was talking about.
Huh? What do you mean?
All right, let's get moving before LeBlanc and friends show up again.
Just follow the ocean road to the west after leaving here to get to Nor Harbor. We can't...
We'll have plenty more chances to see the ocean. Your journey will continue for as long as you want. It's all up to you. You've made it this far, haven't you?
That's true.
Last one down's a rotten egg!
You're gonna fall if you don't watch out.
Oh!
Idiot.
Ah, the ocean. Such a nice sight. I actually grew up on the ocean. Orange gel. What's this? What is this supposed to be? It's a grave, perhaps? A grave in a place like this? Actually, this is just the type of place I'd expect to see one. What do you mean? You know, like the grave of someone who plotted against the Empire and failed. If you wanted to bury someone and keep it quiet, you'd want a place like this with no one around. I wonder if that's what I've got in store for me. Don't say such things, that isn't funny. I wasn't exactly kidding. It's just a fact of life that some folks from the lower quarter never get a funeral or a proper burial. What happens to them then? They get cremated and have their ashes scattered over a river or a field, usually. Are you telling the truth? How did we get started talking about this anyway? Because we're trying to figure out what a lone grave is doing in a place like this. Yeah, so just who does it belong to? Birdie! Well, that grave belongs to Birdie now. Alright, let's head on out. Onwards, I guess. There's not really an awful lot more to see here. Alright. And, maybe we're gonna leave Emmett Hill soon. That would be nice. Seems like there's a fork here. Oh goody, a bunch of enemies. Shouldn't be too bad. There's one. Armit Helm. Ooh, that guy came out of almost nowhere. Holy Bottle. 2,000 gold, nice. Okay. I think there's one more. Nope, we're done. We're good. And dog. Who cares about him? So, I guess it's time to head out. What's this? Oh, that's a camping set. Oh, goody, camping sets. With this, you can set up camp and sleep without having to go to an inn. Well, that's nice. Now you can go off and play Nature Boy whenever we sleep at an inn, and we'll save money, too. What are you talking about? Camping sets are single-use only. Rita, don't be so mean. Humph! That sounds really useful, Carol. Yeah, they're essential when you're on the road. In addition to camping sets, you can also sleep on mats. But camping sets are really the best thing to use. You can't get a better night's sleep with anything else. What wonderful timing. All of you look so exhausted from climbing. You look pretty pooped yourself. Yeah, we've got a ways to go before we get to town. Maybe we should set up camp here. Alright, I'll get everything set up. Oh, once you camp somewhere, you won't be able to camp around there for a while afterwards. Why is that? Gimmick! After camping at a certain site, the basic barrier that's included in the camping set will stop being effective for a while, so long as you're near that site. Yeah, that still doesn't really... Basic barrier? What's that? There's no Blastia like that. It's not a Blastia, actually. It's just something that gives off a smell that monsters find unpleasant. That's why they call it a barrier. It can keep the monsters at bay for a night. But after time passes, monsters get used to the smell and it won't keep you safe anymore. That makes sense. Sure it does. Well then, we'll leave the setup to you, Carol. Alright, let's set up camp a bit further. Obtain tent. You know what? Let's just... why not use it? I mean... they tell me to. Restores 75% of max. Can't use it here. Alrighty then. We'll just head out to the field. Well, looks like we got a nice view of the ocean. It's too bad we can't, you know, go see that ocean any closer than that. Hey look, there's a person. Hey person. Wait, you're gonna fight me, person?
Sorry if I
There's
hurt
lots of
you.
people here. Uh-oh. Yeah, so Spread Zero is actually one of my more favorite of her attacks, but kind of requires people to stand still for a while. Don't hit me. Get away. Rudolph!
I got a little worked up.
And see if we can use the tent here now. Yes. Okay.